Justin, might as well start with the top line stuff. How's Sean tracking? How close was he last week, and what does he have to do this week?
Well, he's got to get through training. He's got to get to the line first. So, we need to see a good session from him. Like I said, back in the last week, he failed a fitness test. He felt a little bit in that calf. Didn't run over the weekend. Yeah, and then did a good running session on Monday, but it's he's still got a fair bit to prove before he's right. And like I said the other day, we're not going to take any risk with him. So he'll need to get through training, and if he doesn't, we'll go with the same structure as last week.
So less likely than more likely at this stage?
Well, I'm not going to put a figure on it. Yeah, we'll just see how he goes.
Are you frustrated for him? I think it's 2 full games in his last 17. He's such an important player. Are you frustrated for him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we want our best players out there playing at their best. And before he got injured last year, he was playing at his best, and he was challenging to be one of the best rucks in the comp. So we need our best players out there as often as we can. So frustrating for him, frustrating for us, and losing someone of his stature does change the structure of our team a bit. So that's why we're not going to take any risks. We're going to make sure he's cherry ripe, and when he comes back in, we want him to stay in and get some continuity.
Does the venue play any factor in your risk assessment at all? It's pretty hard. Teams tend to walk away with a few soft tissues.
I do. No, it hasn't factored in.
How's Suda going?
Yeah, he's going.
Yep. Is he still same as last week? Got to get through training and not pull up poorly?
No. Now he's played. He's out of protocols, and he's right to go. So once you get out of the protocols, you don't go back into them, and he's just he's ready to go.
How's Nathan O'Driscoll? You checked in on him, I guess, knowing you would have, and with his brother and that sort of stuff. Is he okay?
Well, the whole family's doing it tough. It's a real sad situation, given he's in his first year and showed so much promise as a junior, and to get that taken away so early, it's never easy. So Driz is in a situation at the moment where he's got that family issue, but he's also struggling with his own health and trying to get back into full training and back on the park as well. So really feeling for him, because we talked about Sean before. Nate's another one who's had a really interrupted season so far. He can't get a run of it. So we're hoping he can turn the corner. And all the best goes out to Aidan and the O'Driscoll family for what they've been through the last it's been going on for at least a couple of months. So hopefully this won't define Aidan as a person and the success he endures in his life. So but it's a massive speed hump at the moment. So all the best goes out to the O'Driscoll family.
Are you confident in what the footy industry does post-career? I'm talking about Cam McCarthy as well. Do they need to do more? Do you feel like the footy industry perhaps needs to do more in this space?
Well, we can always do more. Yeah, we can always do more, and like the Cam situation should bring it to forefront, and more discussions should be had to see if we can improve. From personal experience as well, I know the AFLPA offer a lot of resources and offer a lot of services for past players. The discussion should be around how we can get those past players using those services and making sure that their well-being and health post-footy remains really vibrant. So hope we can do more, mate. Yep, absolutely.
How are other players? Obviously there was a lot of attention on Friday, but obviously that grief doesn't just go away after one day. How are they holding up?
Yeah, they're holding up well. And like I said, they're supporting each other. Clubs, put things in place so they can reach out. We've got to find a balance now. Now we're into a new week and new prep, and we have to refocus and come back together and give our best week of prep this week to St Kilda. So that process has started.
What do you expect from St Kilda? What have you seen from them? They've lost 4 of the last 5. They haven't been very consistent. So what do you expect from them this weekend?
Well, I'm not sure that they haven't been consistent. I think they've been really consistent. They've been in a lot of close games. They've been really hard to play against. Probably at times a bit similar to us. They've found it a bit of a struggle to score and to make the most of the inside 50s. but they're defending really well. Their contest and their work rate across the ground, they're a really good running side, so they've got a lot going for them. So, we're expecting a really tough physical game and a close game because they've played in a lot of close games.
Do you do goal kicking at training, or do you think that's just an aberration?
No, we're always working on it.
Yeah.
We're always working on it. There's some things we can tweak, and there's some things we can look at training again. Probably after the Adelaide trip and the West Coast game, we started training some things inside forward 50, which we thought saw work. And then last week with the 5-day break, went away from it, and a couple of those things started creeping back in. So we'll get back to training those and focusing on those and see if we get a bit more bang for buck, because when you get supply and you get shots on goal and you're down on the scoreboard, it's frustrating for the players. So we need to continue to work on that.
How much of it is actual technical goal kicking skill, and how much of it is the setup in terms of where the shot's been taken from?
There's always a bit of both. Yeah, it's always a bit of both. And it's not always set shots either. I know our set shots weren't great on the weekend, and probably got worse as the game went on and the pressure mounted, but we can definitely find shots from better areas, and it's probably the snaps and making the most of some of those half chances as well, which we just made nothing of on the weekend. So there's a fair bit of work to do, but we've just got to make sure we're doing a game intensity.
Fifey doesn't look that confident with his goal kicking, does he? Does he talk to you about that, or how's he handling that?
No, he just needs to get a couple away. Yeah, you're right. He's probably lacking a little bit of confidence inside forward 50 because other areas of his game are going really well. He's doing a lot of work on it. He's nailing them at training and feeling really confident at training. So it won't be long until that transfers.
So do you put more focus into it this week specifically with the result and a longer break?
Well, probably a little bit more. We'll do some specific training today around a couple of drills, but we've been pretty consistently working on it. So we'll just put it back into training. There's not much you can do. We did a 2K session last week and off a 5-day break, so we missed a few things out last week, but we get back to training what we trained in the lead up to the Western Bulldogs and Richmond game.
The Darcy thing's not helping, is it? Because keeps rejigging your forward line every time he doesn't play.
It doesn't help. No, you're right, and that's why we want to get continuity with him, because it helps our structure. And Luke down there helps our connection and helps our contest. And the other thing is that we're pretty young forward line, especially with Sonny out of it on the weekend as a sub. So we're pretty young down there. So we don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill, and don't want to blow this up and. So everyone's rushing their shots and feeling the pressure. We just want to make sure we're developing areas of our game and developing individuals in certain areas of their game to be able to finish better.
You probably thought about Rawdon Reedy in, I suppose. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, he's getting close. So he's playing really well. He's improved areas of his game. It'll come up again at selection. Yeah, absolutely. Luke's probably our second best ruck. Probably clearly our second best ruck. He's played some really dynamic games in the ruck this year, and it's just whether you want to make more of your inside 50s or you want to make sure you're getting it there more often, and he helps us get it there more often. So it's a balance.
With Fife, there are obviously extenuating circumstances on the weekend, but is he feeling better for that bit of a rest against Richmond, and do you feel like you'll reap the rewards of using those two veterans as a sub?
It's probably hard to tell, and because they weren't saying that they needed a rest, they weren't feeling the pinch, but we wanted to get ahead of it. So we could have played Sonny on the weekend because he was feeling really good off a 5-day break, but he had a massive run load the week before, and he's had a history of soft tissue, so you put him out there and think he's feeling good and he does a calf, well then it puts you behind the 8 ball. So hopefully we got ahead of it. Hopefully it allows those two to continue their good form and play out the year.
A couple of ex-Dockers on the weekend, Liam Henry and Brad Hill, but how important are those two to what St Kilda do in their running game? They're kind of really key pieces, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, Hilly never stops running. Liam's come back into the team last week after a really good 2 or 3 weeks before he got injured. So we'll need to keep an eye on them and make sure they don't get too much of it.
Do you think you think Ross will take a leaf out of Sydney's book and and tag Jordan Clark, and everyone starts doing that? And have you got, obviously you'll have some plans for him. Do you release him up the ground or something? Or because it seemed like the guy just sat on him and he just was very hard, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then sometimes when the first time that comes into your game, which it was probably for Clarkie on the weekend, you learn a lot from that, and we can help him out, but he's got to embrace that as well, and it's part of being a good player. You get more attention. Saints could do that, but I don't think it's something they've gone to necessarily. But every team, you watch the last 3 or 4 games of the opposition and pick up bits and pieces that teams do to them. So it'd be one of those.
Could you put him on the wing at some stage?
Yeah, we could. But he's still one of our best halfbacks.
Yeah,
Still
right.
thought he played okay on the weekend. So we'll just let it evolve.
Neil's in good form as a waffle. Is it a case of for him opportunity as opposed to forcing a player out, or is he in discussions each week at the moment?
He's in discussions and really happy with his form last couple of weeks. Got a lot of the footy and he had a lot of score involvement, so he's using the ball well. He's playing as an inside mid down there. We think Youngie, Fifey, Caleb and Andy are going pretty well as inside mid, so we've given him a little bit more wing time as well down there, so might be able to evolve into that type of role. So we'll discuss that at selection.